and welcome to Stretch Out, an educational resource and exercise video for children with muscular dystrophy and their parents. My name is Tina Duong. I'm a physical therapist at Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. If you've watched the first section of this DVD before and feel totally confident that you and your child know the proper positioning and precautions, feel free to skip to part 2 and begin your workout. Your doctors and therapists have probably told you about the benefits of stretching. It is important to make stretching part of your daily routine. I know it can be hard to find time to stretch, but if you and your child learn these stretches by heart, you can do them anywhere. Just be creative. And remember, keeping your muscles nice and long is an important ingredient to an active lifestyle. As with any kind of new exercise, we have to do our stretches very carefully and start out nice and slow. I'm going to go over a few important pieces of information for stretching and then demonstrate the proper positioning for each stretch in detail. Let's talk about the physiology of stretching. When you stretch, there are little things called proprioceptors in your muscles that send messages to your brain to let you know that your muscle's being stretched. That's the sensation you're feeling when you're stretching. When a muscle is slowly stretched and held, there's something called the lengthening reaction that occurs. This causes the muscles to relax and helps your muscles get longer. The lengthening reaction allows your brain to register that the stretch is okay. Then your muscles can relax and enjoy being stretched. Your body has a way to protect itself when it thinks a muscle's been stretched too quickly. This is called the stretch reflex. You see, your muscles act like a rubber band. If you stretch them slowly, they can get longer and longer. But if you stretch them too fast, they can break. The lengthening reaction and the stretch reflex are the reasons why you have to slowly stretch your muscles and hold your stretches for at least 30 seconds. Okay, so let's take a look at the muscle groups we'll be stretching in part 2 of this video. Here's Kyle to help us out. Hi, Kyle. First, we've got the finger flexors. These are the muscles on the inside of your hand and forearm. You use these muscles to do daily tasks such as hold and grab things, dress, and feed yourself. You also use these muscles when you write, type on the computer, play video games, or shake someone's hand. Now, let's talk about the iliotibial bands, or the IT bands. They help you bring your legs out to the side and play a part in how well you walk and run. If you have trouble bringing your knees together, your IT bands are probably tight. What's next? The hip flexors. Hip flexors help you with walking, standing, and running. They connect from the back of your spine and hip into the top of your thigh. If your hip flexors are tight, then you'll have a more arched back, which we also call lordosis. And here are the ankle plantarflexors. These muscles help you point your toes, jump, stand on your tiptoes, and give you power when you walk or run. When your ankle plantarflexors are tight, it's difficult to keep your heels on the floor when you walk. It's important to keep these muscles stretched so your body is in a good and efficient position to walk around. And finally, the hamstrings. These are big muscles that run from the back of your hips to the back of your knees. They're crucial in controlling your movements when you're walking, running, and jumping. In this video, we're going to learn how to stretch the important muscle groups: finger flexors, IT bands, hip flexors, hamstrings, and ankle plantar flexors. Thanks for your help! Let's talk about posture. What is posture? Posture are the bones and muscles of your body working together to hold you up and allow you to move. Muscle weakness can affect your posture, which can lead to scoliosis, which is curving of your spine. Muscular weakness can lead to contractures, limited mobility, and changes in your musculoskeletal system. That is why it's so important to have proper positioning and postural alignment. There are 2 basic types of stretches: active and passive. Active stretching is when you're able to stretch by yourself. Passive stretching is when someone helps you with the stretch. If a child's able to engage in both types of stretching, it is good to combine active and passive stretches in a workout to add some variety to the routine. Active stretches are important so that kids can take ownership and be independent with their stretching. First, we'll learn the active stretches, then we'll go over the passive stretches. Let's look at two versions of an active ankle stretch. Please stand about arm's length away from a wall. Place your hands on the wall in front of you, about shoulder height. Now slide one foot towards the wall and bend into that knee. Keep the back leg straight with the back heel firmly planted on the floor. Make sure to keep both feet pointed towards the wall. Make sure your big toe is in line with your knee and don't let your big toe point out to the side. Now lean into your front leg just a little more deeply. Try to keep your bottom tucked in. Remember not to let it stick out. You should feel this stretch in your calf and the heel of your back leg. You might also feel it on the top of your thigh. Hold the stretch for 30 seconds and don't lean too deeply. Make sure you can still see the toes on your front foot. After 30 seconds, you'll take a little break and repeat the stretch 4 times on the left side and 4 times on the right side. If you can't stand up at the wall, there's another way to perform this exercise. You can use a towel or bed sheet to stretch your ankle plantar flexors. Make sure whatever you use doesn't have much give. You don't want to use elastic or rubber TheraBands for this stretch. You can perform this stretch in a seated position in a chair or on the floor with your legs extended comfortably in front of you. Now loop the towel around the sole of one foot, holding both ends of the towel with your hands and gently pull the towel towards your chest. Or you can just lean back with your arms extended. Now pull evenly on both sides of the towel. During this stretch, you should be able to see your big and little toe at the same time. Also, try to use your muscles and pull your toes towards you as you use the towel to help pull your toes up. Remember to keep those toes pointed towards the ceiling. Hold the stretch for 30 seconds. Do the stretch 4 times on each side. Now, let's do an active IT band stretch. The IT bands bring your legs out and away from your body, as well as turn your toes in. So to stretch this muscle, you want to do the opposite by bringing your legs in towards your body and your toes pointed out. Standing alongside the wall, about arm's length away, cross the outside foot in front of the foot closer to the wall. Then turn your back foot so that your toes are pointed towards the wall. To keep your hips straight, squeeze your bottom. Now gently lean your inside hip towards the wall. You should feel this stretch along the side of your hip closest to the wall. Remember not to twist your hips and always keep the back leg straight. Keep your hips facing forward. Try not to arch your back while doing this stretch. If you're arching, then ease off the stretch until you're a little more flexible. Just like all the other stretches, you'll do this one 4 times on each side. Let's go over an active seated IT band stretch, which can be done in your chair or on the floor. Sit with both legs extended. To stretch the right leg, first cross it over the left leg. Now take your left hand and place it across your right knee. You might want to place your right hand on the ground for balance. With your left hand, slowly pull the right knee towards the left hip and hold your leg for 30 seconds. You should feel this stretch on the outside right hip. Again, repeat 4 times on each side. Now let's review the active hip flexor stretch. Lie on your stomach on a nice firm surface. You can place a bolster or a pillow under your chest for support. You may also put a heavy weight, such as a large bag of rice, on your child's bottom to help keep his bottom from rising while performing the stretch. Place your palms flat on the floor and press your hands down firmly while gently extending both arms. Your torso will then rise up off the floor. You should feel this stretch at the front of your hips. Make sure you push down evenly with both hands. Hold for 30 seconds and then take a little break. We do this stretch 4 times. Now it's time to actively stretch the hamstrings. For this stretch, you can sit on the floor or in your chair with your legs extended in front of you. There's 2 ways to try this stretch, with both legs at once or one leg at a time. To stretch both legs, sit up tall
and lean your trunk forward while reaching for your toes.
Remember to keep your toes pointed towards the ceiling as much as you can.
And hold for 30 seconds. And repeat 4 times. To stretch one side at a time, you can extend one leg straight and let the other leg bend comfortably, with the sole of your foot tucked against the straight leg. Lean your trunk over the straight leg and reach for the toes.
Make sure your toes are perfectly straight by pointing your big toe towards your body. Remember to tuck in your bottom and keep your hips facing forward. No twisting.
Hold for 30 seconds. You'll do this stretch 4 times. And remember to stretch 4 times on the other side.
And now we're going to stretch the finger flexors.
We will learn 2 different ways to stretch your finger flexors. The first way is easy to perform just by putting your hands together in a prayer position in the middle of your chest. You want to make sure your fingers are flat and straight as possible by pressing your palms and fingers together as if you were mashing something between your hands. Then lift both elbows up while bringing your hands down a little towards your belly button. You should feel this stretch in your wrists and fingers. The other way to stretch your fingers is to rest your right arm along a flat surface with your elbow as straight as possible and your palm facing away from you. Place your left hand against the palm of your right hand and use your left hand to pull the right palm and finger towards your body. Remember to hold this stretch for 30 seconds and do the stretch 4 times on each side. Now let's learn the passive stretches.
The following passive stretches should be carefully learned by parents or caregivers. Feel free to pause the DVD at any time to try the stretch with your child. Take the stretches nice and slow and stay attuned to the comfort level of your child. If it hurts, then stop.
For boys who are not walking or have difficulty performing the active stretches, try to perform these passive stretches more frequently than the active stretches.
The first passive stretch we'll learn is for the ankle plantar flexors.
The best way to perform the passive ankle stretch is lying flat on your back with your legs fully extended. Your helper should kneel or stand close to your feet, facing you. The helper then cups the right heel with their right hand, allowing their fingers to wrap around the bottom of your heel. The helper should be able to feel your Achilles tendon under their fingers. While your helper cups your heel with their right hand, they should place their left hand gently above your right knee and allow your right foot to rest against their right forearm. Your helper should now lean gently forward, using their right forearm as a weighted lever to bend your foot towards you. The hand that is under your heel should pull gently in opposition to the forearm press. Make sure that the stretch is being felt at your heel more than the middle or the top of your foot. To effectively stretch the Achilles tendon, make sure the foot is in a neutral position during the stretch.
Remember, most of the pressure should be placed at the back of the heel and less on the foot, so you don't overstretch the middle of the foot.
Be sure to hold the stretch for 30 seconds and repeat the stretch 4 times on each side.
Now let's take a look at the passive IT band stretch.
You'll start by lying on your stomach with your legs fully extended. If this isn't comfortable, you can also lie on your back. Your helper should lift one of your legs gently using both hands, supporting your leg above and below the knee to keep your leg straight. Now they should move your elevated leg towards the other leg, past the middle of your body. Make sure you keep a straight back and both hips in contact with the ground. Don't twist your spine or elevate one hip. Have your helper hold your leg in the crossover position for 30 seconds. You should feel the stretch on the outside of your thigh. As usual, repeat 4 times on each side.
Let's move on to the passive hip flexor stretch.
Okay, to get ready to stretch the hip flexors, you need to lie down on your back. Your helper will position themselves right at your feet, facing you. They will use one hand to press one knee towards your chest, while the other hand presses down on your thigh towards the ground. You should feel this stretch at the top of your thigh on your extended leg. You will want to make sure to watch out for compensating postures, such as excessive back arching. Make sure the small of your back is as flat as possible by trying to pull your belly towards the ground or your tailbone up towards the sky. If your helper notices a lot of arching, they should decrease on the amount of pressure they're placing on your legs. As your muscles relax, you may be able to stretch a little bit deeper. Again, for boys who are not walking or have difficulty performing the active stretches, try to perform these passive stretches more frequently than the active stretches. Hold the stretch for 30 seconds and repeat it 4 times on each side.
Now, it's time to learn the passive hamstring stretch.
For the hamstring stretch, lie on your back with both legs extended. Your helper should be positioned at your side, near your feet. Your helper will be raising one of your straightened legs towards the ceiling, and they can do this in a couple of different ways. One way is for your helper to lift one of your heels up on their shoulder and then raise themselves up slightly to elevate your leg. Your helper is using their whole body to lift your leg. The other way your helper may perform this stretch is by using their hands to lift one leg. They will place one hand on your foot and the other just above the knee to keep your leg straight. You should feel this stretch on the back of your elevated leg.
Remember that both hips should be on the ground during this stretch. Your helper may want to use their hand to stabilize the non-stretched leg.
Once again, hold the stretch for 30 seconds and repeat 4 times on each side.
Good job! We have now completed the passive stretches. You can always use this section of the DVD as your passive stretch guide. It's a good idea to review these stretches so you can stay fresh on the proper forms of the exercises. Remember, it's the quality of the stretch that really counts. Hi, and welcome to Stretch Out! It's important to stretch every day to keep your body healthy and strong. We're going to lead you through a few stretches that are fun to do and will make you feel great. I'm really lucky to have a few of my friends here to show us how to do the stretches. Are you guys ready to stretch out? Yeah! Now, guys, do you remember what keeps our body from overstretching?
The stretch reflex!
That's right, it's the stretch reflex. And so then how should you stretch your muscles?
Slowly and carefully?
That's right, slowly and carefully. So if anything hurts or feels weird, what should you do?
Stop!
Exactly, you stop right away. Okay, it looks like we're ready to get started. Are you ready to stretch out?
Yeah! Stretch out!
An active ankle plantar flexor stretch. Keep your heel down. Keep your hips square. Do you feel it in your heel? You're almost there. Three more times. Don't twist your spine. Remember to breathe. Squeeze your bottom. Just a little longer. Just 2 more. Smush that heel down. Do you see your toes? You're almost there. One more time. Keep your hips square. Remember to breathe. Do you feel it in your heel?
Now switch to the other side.
Keep your heel down. Do you see your toes? Nice deep breaths.
Three more times on this side.
Now smush that heel down. Lean into your front leg. Remember to breathe. You're almost there.
Two more times.
Don't twist your spine. Keep your heel down. Remember to breathe.
One left.
Don't twist your spine. Smush that heel down. You're almost there. An active IT band stretch. Remember to keep those toes pointed towards the wall. Lean your hip towards the wall. Remember, no twisting. Doesn't that feel good?
Second time on the right.
Keep those hips square. Do you feel it on the side of your hip? Lean those hips in just a little bit closer to the wall. Squeeze your bottom.
Two more times.
For those of you sitting in a chair, pull that leg across your body a little bit harder. Can you push your leg towards the middle of your chair? Just a little longer.
One more time.
feel it on the side of your hip? Squeeze your bottom.
Now it's time for the left side.
Keep that arm straight and lean your hips in. Lean your hip towards the wall. Remember, no twisting. You're almost there.
Second time on the left.
Deep breath in and pull your leg a little bit harder. Do you feel it on the side of your leg? You're almost there.
Just 2 more.
Reach over and grab your other leg. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and pull it a little bit more. Lean a little bit closer to the wall. Just a little longer.
1 left.
For those of you sitting in a chair, pull that leg across your body a little bit harder. Can you push your leg towards the middle of your chair? Lean those hips in just a little bit closer to the wall. You're almost there. Hip flexor stretch. Now don't twist. Straighten those elbows. Do you feel your trunk go up? Push down through your arms.
3 more times.
Do you feel it at the front of your hip? Keep those elbows straight. Just a little bit more.
Just 2 more.
Do you feel it at the front of your hip? Straighten those elbows. Looking good.
One more time.
Push through those hands. Don't twist. Now feel that stretch at the front of your hip. Keep it up. The active hamstring stretch. Don't curve your back. Keep that spine straight. Bend at the waist. Try to touch your toes.
Three more times on this side.
Look and reach for those toes. Don't curve your back. Keep that spine straight. Can you almost touch your toes?
Two more times.
Bend at the waist. Breathe in, take a deep breath out, bend over and reach for your toes. Don't curve your back, keep that spine straight.
One more time on this side.
Reach for your toes. Try to keep your back straight. You're almost there.
Now it's time for the right side.
So sit up tall. Try not to curve your back too much. Reach for your toes.
Three more times on this side.
Try to touch your toes. Don't curve your back. Keep that spine straight.
Just two more.
Look and reach for those toes. Don't curve your back. Keep that spine straight. You're almost there.
One more time.
Try to keep your back straight. Keep your legs straight. tuck in that belly.
Good job.
The active finger flexor stretch. Try to straighten those fingers. Do you feel it at your wrist?
Three more times.
Bring your hands down towards your belly button. Smush those hands together. Are your palms smushed together? Smush those fingers together.
Two more times.
Bring those elbows up towards the sky. Remember, keep those fingers straight. Do you feel it at your wrist? Now try to straighten those fingers as much as you can.
One left.
Do you see your fingers? Are they straight? Now smush those hands together. Bring those elbows up.
That was awesome, guys. Do you feel great or what?
Yeah!
And thanks for helping me out. And thank you for stretching out. It's important to stretch every day to help your body feel its best. Okay, see you next time. Hey, Pablo, do you want to share that song you wrote for us?
Yeah!
All right, let's get going.
I'm a part of the Stretch Out crew.
I'm a part of the Stretch Out crew.
He's my friend and so are you.
She's my friend and so are you.
Stretch on the left side, stretch on the right.
Stretch on the left side, stretch on the right.
Helps me not to get too tight.
Helps me not to get too tight.
I'm gonna stretch every single day.
I'm gonna stretch every single day.
Keep me strong and ready to play.
Keep me strong and ready to play.
Stretch out.
Stretch out.